My sister's been sick, but like, so shit's been kind of stuff been kind of crazy. Um, so far it doesn't seem like she has COVID, but
Mm-hmm.
we're not taking any chances. Other
Yeah.
than that, yo, things been pretty quiet. Just been doing my day-to-day routine. What about you?
Yeah. Uh, that's a lot. There's been a lot going on lately.
Oh,
Um, but yeah, I'm fine. Everything is good. Everything's fine. It's just my days my day's gotten very full. So I mean we're currently recording at 12:31 my time. So that is quite late.
yeah, my bad.
No, it's I mean even like you I don't know. It cost me like one more hour, which doesn't make that much of a change in the big picture of things. So yeah. Um we're going to see. And I need to get up at 7 o'clock tomorrow. So yeah, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be hype. But yeah.
I'm
Dude, in
absolutely.
university, in fucking university, I did this shit all the time. I went to sleep at like 2 or 3 o'clock in the night, and then woke up at like what 8 to uni, 8 to 9. Yeah,
Oh
that was
man, no,
fucking
for me,
lit.
I need my sleep, man. I live like pretty far away
Same.
from the university, so I would like after I like wake up at 6, get on the bus, like city bus, and like it would take like 2 hours to get there. So I would do something similar, and I would use the bus. I would like sleep in the bus and have that like at that time that I had the travel time to my like sleep time.
Yeah.
Oh, crazy. I mean, but now with COVID, it's just with classes being online, most of the time you just kind of wait. You just go on your own schedule. It's crazy.
Yeah,
But yo,
classes
man,
being online. It's I don't know. So in Germany, classes aren't really online. It's very dependent. Let's put it like
oh,
that. It's dependent on your faculty. So for some people, it's like all the way online. So for example, right, for my girlfriend, um, philosophy online all the time, and she
hmm.
can't fucking handle it. She's like, dude, she's fucking craving that university. Like, just get out of fucking get out of your home, get out of your fucking room with your bed in it and your fucking, you know, and every single book you would love to read. And so apparently for her, it's really hard to adapt to to adapt to this online based stuff, which is interesting because I kind of feel the same. I've noticed that I struggle a lot um, with managing myself if I don't have anything that is, swinging the whip for me. So like uni or something. I do struggle quite a lot, as you can see from my YouTube. Not the most, not the most disciplined person without
I
that
mean,
whip. But
I feel you.
you know,
I see. I guess yeah, it depends on where you are. I don't know. For me, just eliminating that like 2 hour drive. It was a huge bonus.
yeah, yeah.
I don't know. For me, science, it's just it's really nice to just have all your resources, like all the tabs, just like right on you. And for most classes, like you can do like the exams like with, uh, well, like, open books, so to say. So, uh, especially like for classes where you gotta like cram a lot of things, like a lot of words, a lot of names. It's really nice to like being online is a bit of a plus.
True.
Though, especially for a couple of my friends, especially like I know a guy who's like in engineering. The teachers purposely like put like a lot more work since it's all online, and like I know like some couple people that are like who are already like
Mm-hmm.
overworked,
Mm-hmm.
just normally have this like added like weight on top of them. So
Yeah,
it's a blessing
it's
and a
bad.
curse, man. It's a double-edged sword. Both good. There's some good stuff, but there's always bad stuff. And yeah,
Mm-hmm.
definitively like the social game. I mean, it's pretty much non-existent. Uh,
It's
I mean, for
fucking
obvious
inbad,
reasons.
dude. It's like
It's
better
crazy.
for some and really bad for some others. Like
Yeah.
just depending on university, for example. I have a friend that his professors are just the fucking absolute joke when it comes to handling and anything. Like they can't manage to fucking they can live stream it kind of, right? But they can't fucking create a VOD.
Oh no.
And he's like stuck listening to them. He's recording the screen like, oh my goodness, dude, it's such a fucking joke. Then they come in, they're like, are you hearing me? And everyone's like, yes, shut the fuck up. Go on with your lectures, mate. Just fucking go ahead, man. But yeah, so I think it's very imba, you know. Some people it's very good. Some people it's very not so good. Very annoying.
It's a game modifier.
Yeah. It's definitely the Samira factor. It's definitely you know,
extra spice in your day.
Oh,
So
yeah.
this is the thing that kind of fascinates me, is that like when looking back like 5 years in the future, or even like later than that, everything that's happening right now is going to be written in the history books. It's kind of crazy to think
Probably,
about.
yeah,
Like
true.
everything, all these events,
Yeah,
just
true.
written in history. History is happening right now. And I don't know. It's going to be crazy. Just kind of like look back, like just think like when everything's going to be over, right? Like let's say like a vaccine is found, or like we have like herd immunity. Right, just looking back, like, oh my
Yeah.
god, we used to cyfacillate like every day.
Yeah,
Now
it's
can
going to
go
be
outside.
interesting, man. That's true. Yeah, that is true.
Telling you, I mean, what is it? Like, I know a guy who told me specifically that like once this thing is all over, he's gonna like take off his shirt, take off his pants, run naked in like in the snow, just run, just hallelujah.
All right.
We're saved.
Well, I mean,
it's gonna be crazy.
Yeah, I don't know.
Not sure if he's actually gonna do it, but
yeah, I've heard from many people that it is it's rough on them.
Oh yeah.
For me, it's not really. I don't crave social interactions too much, and I have a girlfriend, so I'm also pretty good.
Got your source.
So that's I imagine that to be a problem for some people. Yeah.
Oh, for me, it's like bad luck. Like, but before the pandemic, I was like, yo, this year, man, this is the year where I'm gonna like push myself out and meet new people, really like just get out and be myself. And then like, and it's like, damn it, what? Yeah. It's like I rolled like a one, like.
Yeah, it's dude. I mean, you're living in a matrix. Like,
that's crazy.
It's just not ready.
I mean,
you know. No,
but there's no rush with that stuff. So it's just I just kind of find out stuff like funny, like.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, but it's true. Like for a lot of people, are like suffering from this, and honestly, like it's bad. It was actually kind of funny. It's kind of like unrelated topic. Well, it's kind of related. Like a couple of days ago, I was like watching this like documentary about like in Colombia, like there's a couple like prisons where like the government like just they're just complete like anarchy. Like the government just there's no more guards, no nothing. They just kind of left all the prisoners there to handle themselves. And it's like, wait, they do that in New York?
No, but New York, no, New York, and New York has this mayor. His name is De Blasio. That guy's a real fucking, that guy's a real smarty pie, right? Very smart, big brain. So he decides to defund the police. And New York goes back to the old times, where you get stepped at every corner. And mass exodus from New York, apparently. And
that in California, like just
price
as a
is still
whole,
not dropping, which is interesting. It's like, oh yeah, no, but you want to buy a flat there? Yeah, it's still the same price though, which makes me ask which tomfuckery is going on there. But whatever it might be, yeah, it's rough. I mean, America, I feel like America, here's the thing, right? In my mind, there are two options. I feel like America is suffering the most, but I have to also recognize that countries like Spain and shit I don't really speak the language, so I don't really, I don't really interact with anything that is like truly Spanish. So I wouldn't fucking know. But America seems to be quite the problem. And I mean, if you look right, Twitch, I would say the majority of Twitch viewers. No, okay, that's bad. But a considerable amount, like 40% or whatever, are American, which is always it's just insane. So, you get to hear.
I mean, not only is like, not only was like the United States like a complete like fucking clown fiesta like there, just the way it was handled, but it's also like where all like the news is coming from. I mean, I've been hearing some crazy stuff like everywhere. I mean, China specifically. I mean, we all know what is it like?
Fucking
apparently,
China,
like,
mate.
what is it like? If in like apartment buildings or like houses, if they knew you had COVID, like, see for over there, like all their doors are like made of metal. And basically, like if the government knew that you were like, when people there were infected, they would just kind of like wheel the door shut.
Yeah, not only
Force
that,
people inside, but
actually
also like shooting people, like execution. I mean, these are all like I've only heard rumors, man. I have
no.
like,
They actually apparently like closed down buildings and not shut the door, but just cemented over it. So the building's just a perfect building without an entrance or a way to get out.
You wake up in the morning and you.
Yeah, you're like, mate, what the fuck is this? Why the fuck are you doing this? And the guy's like, oh man, we gotta protect the people. Fuck, that's Indian. I can't do Chinese.
I can do Chinese accent, but the CCP
really rough,
demands that you stay quarantined. It's like, I mean, it's scary though, honestly. Like I know we're joking about this, but like seriously, wait, this stuff's crazy.
Yeah, I mean the CCP, it's that bad that the CCP is threatening to freeze Chinese like rich people's accounts if they leave the country. So I mean, like
they're keeping an iron grip on its people.
I feel like, walking up to Xi Jinping and just being like, mate, you've got additional 5 years. Make the best of it, and then go to the Canaries or whatever the fuck. Just go to an island, chill there, where no one can assassinate you. Right? Fucking sit on your money, and because I feel like what's happening in China is just it's like it's escalating so hard, but it's not at the point where it's like violence. So no one recognizes it, right? But like Taiwan's turning against them, Hong Kong's like this really big fucking dump of information where people like in the West just get their minds blown about China. You have America doing their things, although just a little questionable, but it's bipartisan. That they said, China is the number one threat. We underestimated them and all that shit. That also tells a story, yeah. So I think China, is on collision course, and I really hope it's not war. Like I really hope it's just fucking like, I don't know, like some fucking military push. They just take over and it becomes like a fucking semi bad shit from what it is now. Like it just gets a little bad, little less bad, right? A little less bad next time, and just instead of like this big revolution where China, you know what happened at Tiananmen Square, or is it at least about what happened? Yeah. So I mean,
but don't worry, guys, it never happened.
Yeah, but you don't want that fucking 50 times over, right? Because the next time this shit happens, people are not going to shush, because they're like, dude, yeah, okay, maybe you do that, but like, we gotta get the fuck out. Like, leave me alone. So it's gonna be rough.
No, definitely.
Yeah,
no, things are not looking good.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting.
Yeah, though I don't think like China's gonna try to do like anything like drastic in terms of that. I mean, are you talking about like controlling its people, like, or are you talking about like the like Hong Kong, like the really like getting a grip on the people?
Oh,
So, what do you mean by military intervention?
so I feel like Chinese people are becoming aware of what is happening, and that it's not the West that is brainwashed. Because like
Oh,
also
okay, that's
South
what you mean.
Koreans and shit, right? They're not brainwashed, but they still don't, you know, don't necessarily condone what fucking Xi Jinping is doing there. So I think, I think it's
Oh, you mean then the Great Enlightenment? You mean people like
I don't.
starts to click.
I mean,
I
yeah,
mean,
I think
the
it's
thing is that
moving into that
China.
direction. Like whatever the
I mean, the
fuck
thing.
is happening with that, then.
I mean, it's great. I mean, I can't say. I mean, I know like China has like a huge grip into like censorship. I mean, they have their own version of the internet, and over there, like you literally cannot talk at all about the government. Like just the way it is, like just the way like for example like social interactions are, and like everything's like way like completely like different over there.
Yeah,
I
but
mean,
something we have to understand, right? As European people, is we consider, so you have a system, and
mhm.
or Western, right? You have a system, and usually when it's implemented, it stays there, right? So like the NSA, right? They got a bunch
Yeah.
of rights, and they're still doing their shit. China, usually what happens is like they get a lot of money, they spend a lot of money on shit, and then corruption chips away at the quality of the shit, right? So CCTV cameras, for example, right? So they had this, for example, right? They had this AI, and it's able to recognize people and track them in the subway stations and so on and so forth, right? So they implemented that shit. And the problem is that the network of the CCP does this push, right, where they push out the software, it gets integrated in a lot of fucking places, and then slowly but surely some of these places turn dark, and information stops coming in, right? Because corruption happens. Like either there's some criminal shit going on, or just people don't really care, because this is a thing, right? Like if there's no gain for you, but you're the one fucking running this shit, right? But the only gain for you in this shit is to is that you keep your position, right? You're only going to do what's required of you, and you're not going to do extra work to maintain what is the status quo, for example. So you have for example problems like the coronavirus, where the virus gets spotted, but it gets played down by the people that spot it, or the people that spot it get silenced because of this system where everyone just tries to like give as good news as possible to the person higher up in the chain, so you can look good enough. But then you get some very bad shit happening, because I mean there's a reason why honesty is a very important value. Like you can't tell me that companies that sole intent is to make money value honesty between their people, which the bigger ones always do. If you look at the codes of conduct, right, you look at the bigger ones, it's like always, if you make a mistake, be honest with it and start to work it out and fix it, instead of like and the CCP system is like promoting the entire different version of it, because every higher up that gets bad news from the person below them is going to blame the person below them, so they get eaten instead of them. And then you get this chain where everyone fucking doesn't talk about it, and then you're stuck with this shit, and they're like, oh wait, half of Wuhan died. How? Oh yeah, it was this cunt. No, it was actually it was this doctor that didn't talk about. Oh no, he talked about it, but yeah, he didn't talk about it to the right people. You see. So we have to get him in, and then he jumps off a building. So that's unfortunate, I guess. Unfortunate incidents.
Or like the mayor who didn't even know what was going on.
Yeah,
gets the blame on.
fucking, yeah, and the guy gets punished for talking about it. The guy gets punished for talking about it in the beginning, and then he gets punished again for not talking about it after he's being punished for talking. Like, what the fuck? And so I think the point being is like the system, right? I think the system might work for a certain amount of years, but there's going to be change. Now, whether or not that change is going to be good, like into the direction of democracy and freedom, or whether or not it's going to be, further down the lane of CCP thought, I don't know. But I think the way shit's working out right now, like there seems to be too much corruption, from what I hear. But
yeah. Oh yeah.
You never know.
China's a whole ball problem. Although honestly, I don't know. I don't have enough sources or information to really bring anything towards it. I mean, to me, the way I see it is that the strength of the lies just depends on how much control they have over information. So
yes.
you tell me if people are slowly starting to ask questions and figure what's happening. If enough people do that, then there's going to be big changes.
Oh yeah, I think once the seed is planted, you get this. It just inevitably, people get more cautious.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, we're going to see. But
although it's China is not necessarily the best ground to plant seeds, because at this point, some of the stories kind of feels like I'm in George's Orwell 1984, the thought police.
Yeah.
You say anything bad about the government, well, guess what? You're going to prison.
Yeah,
say goodbye to your life, or they have the
oh, goodbye to your life is one thing.
The GTA
say goodbye
reputation
to the future of your children.
Oh yeah,
that's the shit. Say no. Oh you spread rumors, right? That's what they call it. If you talk about the truth, oh, you spread rumors that are anti-CCP. Yeah, that sweet nephew of yours, she's making a killing in Shenzhen. She's really involved into technology, but with a traitor like you in her family, I don't know if we can support her, mate. We might just have to be careful. The West is stealing a lot of intellectual property. All right, who knows if she's not a traitor as well? And you're like, all right, mate. I think that's actually just the CCP is just in the business of grabbing everyone's balls, and they're just squeezing. They're just you sure about that? Yeah, you want to go, mate? I don't know.
Dagger at everyone's throat.
Yeah,
and whoever says one wrong word, schlack, out.
Yeah, it's rough.
No, it's actually it's pretty bad. And the worst part is when you're born and you live in this type of area, your family's been living like this, you've been living like this, it's been like that since so many years, right? To you think that's normal,
dude,
right?
That's so uncomfortable. That's such an uncomfortable fucking thought. I've thought about this so much as a German, right? I've thought about this so much. It's so fucking uncomfortable. Holy.
Yeah, I mean.
Yeah. Feels bad.
yeah, especially when people say that like freedom of speech is a disease.
Yeah.
That's where it's like, wait a minute. Oh no.
All right, mate. Yeah,
Um,
yeah. We've seen that before. Surely. Yeah.
yeah, definitely.
There's some interesting opinions out there. But, you know, freedom of
Yeah,
speech. You can't fucking, you know, you can't deplatform them from that.
yeah.
I mean, apparently, maybe you can in the future, because you know it's the company. You know, they can decide who to you know, ban or not ban. It's their decisions. So you know, you can deplatform people, but oh my goodness, dude, it's so weird, man. This whole social media thing. I'm really interested in what's going to happen next. What is going to be the thing? Is America going to start to regulate? But then if you regulate, right? What happens to the other countries? Does fucking Turkey throw their fucking piss ideas in there too? And they're like, yeah, actually, we want everyone to be banned that promotes women's rights. You're like, oh, you absolute fucking deaf cunt. Shut the. Just stop, mate. Just don't. You know what I mean? Like it's a hard thing, right? Because if the company loses freedoms while being, you know, based in America, they're just going to move. So I mean, they don't give a fuck. Like they're just going to, yeah, I guess we'll go to Germany. Oh, Germany starts too. All right, I guess we're going to fucking, you know, and then who knows who is going to be the last bastion? Eh, Russia. They're going to be like, or
At this point, it's going to be more
brother.
of like it's going to be a political game, right?
Yeah,
Some
yeah.
politician is going to be like, vote for me, and you won't have to deal with this. And then, like, you know, next thing you know,
I mean, that's with everything, though.
the election money starts pulling in.
Yeah, yeah. But I mean, that's kind of with everything, yeah. It's like we have the Green New Deal. We have an idea how to reduce our carbon footprint. Politicians be like, all right, preparing from some talking points. All right, how can we divide
yeah.
people on this topic the best? Yeah. Thank you for your contribution.
Oh yeah, yo, that stuff, yo, when that was introduced here in Canada, man, that stuff brought like such a like an uproar with the
Fucking
people,
hell, mate.
like it's crazy. Although I'll be honest, I don't know how it is being used in like in your country, but I don't know. You know, this is maybe a side topic. I feel like the carbon tax not being used efficiently. It's
Dude.
like I think it's a good thing. It's just so far what I'm seeing is just kind of like an extra tax that just kind of like goes into like the just to fund the government. Like it's I don't
Yeah.
see it. I guess I haven't done research, right? I know I don't know if people are ever watching this podcast, right, and they're writing something down. So far from what I've seen, none of that money is being invested into like renewable resources or anything, which I find it kind of strange because I'd expect like when you hear a carbon tax, right, something to like you know, stop the promotion of like carbon emission. I'd expect you know, that money to go to like yeah, to invest into like offering the people like alternative sources of energy.
Yeah.
But no, it's just kind of like extra money. So far from what I've seen, it's just kind of like, oh, extra money you pay, and it's like, oh yeah, well, if you didn't if you emitted less carbon, you wouldn't have
Yeah.
to pay. But it's like, well, what else? Well, how?
Yeah,
I
no.
mean, like
Which
everything's like
options do I
natural
have
gas
again?
or like
Oh, good none. Oh, I see.
uh,
I see which game we're playing here.
it's
So
like
yeah,
I don't know how it is in Europe. But I was actually doing some research and like a while ago, and it was like apparently you Europeans, you guys are like more or less on the ball with the whole like finding like alternative like sources of like
yeah, some,
energy.
yeah, yeah. Germany is pretty good in that. I mean,
All
yeah,
right.
ish. So like, for example, right, for our house, the entire house is paying. So the way it works here, right? We're paying for 60%. No, we're paying for green shit, so renewable electricity. But we're getting from the way everything's wired, we're getting 20 or 30 percent of, I think, yeah, so an atomic energy plant, I think in France, like real close to the border, and they're doing their fucking political mingling and bring the shit over here. So I think that's like 20% or something, and then we have some power plant here. Then we have like below 10% coal, and then the rest is renewable resources down here. But this is also the south of Germany, which is the richest part, the sunniest part, the fucking, like a very, very prosperous part. So it's very very slow and very very rich, kind of the retirement area. I guess there are a lot of like houses where fucking Russian people come and they hang out in the beautiful Germany. Yeah, so but I don't know how it is. Like, Europe in general, like Europe is really hard to see. This is interesting because I don't think that Europe is enough, because Germany is pushing this very hard, but other countries aren't so much. So I think there's a difference in in countries. So I don't know how like other countries are doing. I know that Sweden, obviously, right? Sweden, Denmark. These are usually always doing pretty well on this type of shit. Like everything, education, green energies, fucking carbon emission. They're the ones that introduced these carbon filters. They had like a group of fucking I don't know what it was, high schoolers, maybe even, I don't know. I don't fucking know. Maybe university students work out like a carbon filter, and they kind of did that for their own project, and then they started like working with companies over there, and building these huge filters, these huge carbon filters into the system of these big power plants, and kind of recycling a part that is then fed back into the loop. So they're like reusing a little bit out of the air, which sounds very intriguing. Apparently it's very expensive, and also you require materials to build. So turns out you have little bit of a similar issue to the fucking electric cars, where it's like, yeah, okay, so if this shit would poof out of the air, it would be better, but we gotta build it. So is it still better? And I think that's like the main discussion around this, is like, is it still worth it to build it, or is it like, is the scope like 10 years where it starts to be useful, and then 10 years shit starts breaking down already, and then
I mean, it could be there, like just kind of like with like most technology, like when it comes out, it's like super expensive, but then as time goes by, there are more and more easier way to like, more like affordable ways to like, produce it. That's good.
No. But the point being here is like, for every single thing, right? Every single filter you build starts filtering out carbon, but is the amount of carbon you spend producing this shit equal to the amount of carbon you save? Because that carbon is being burned again. So in the end,
I see what you mean. Yeah, I see what you mean.
I mean, it's a little bit of a
producing it.
doozy.
I mean, technically, like, depending on how much it saves, I guess maybe in the long run, I don't know, man.
Yeah, exactly. But that's
there's
apparently the discussion. Yeah.
I don't have the numbers to
Yeah,
answer that
me
one.
neither. Surprise.
Until next thing you know, like in the future, like there's gonna be like, electric like factories gonna be like super advanced, like super high tech, like I don't know. But I mean, the way I see it, man, is that we live in a time where it's like, or we live in a time of change, where like the time of innovation. You know, we have all these problems. You know, global warming. We have this, that economy. You know, we know that oil reserves, that oil is going to be an issue in the next couple of years, and so we're at a time where we're trying to like figure out new tactics, figure out new ways. So some ideas are going to work, some ideas that are going to fail. Frankly, I thought it was pretty interesting. I didn't know that Denmark and like Sweden were up to.
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
think that was
I'm not
Sweden or
surprised
Finland.
there.
Yeah, but yeah.
Oh, sorry, Finland. They go there.
No, Denmark. What I meant is like those are usually like on the top or on the spear tip of like innovation in like the left leaning part of innovation. So like, you know, technologies to reduce and to
Yeah, no, I see what you mean. I just mean that's interesting. I really did not know about that.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's crazy. It's crazy to think how the future is gonna be.
Yeah, we
yeah.
still have Elon Musk sitting in his basement, you know, out here fucking naming his kid Arc Ash fucking 12 after a fucking fighter jet or whatever the
Ash Archangel 12. Yeah.
Dude, mate, I don't know. Like before, there was, I had no doubt about him being sane. But after this shit, I'm like, oh God, what is going on here?
It's his wife that chose that name. She's really good. I remember, yeah, it was like the Joe Rogan podcast. Like, oh yeah, who came up with that? That was my wife, you know. She's really good with names.
But he chose something else. He chose part of it as well. But yeah, I mean,
sounds more like a robot.
I mean, listen, bro, you're fucking married to Grimes. Like, have you listened to her music before dating? Yeah,
I don't
but
even know.
He's not complaining, so you know. Have you listened to her music?
I do not know who she is. I live under a rock with that.
Dude, her music's so fucking interesting. You have to listen to her music. She has this fucking song which is 4 a.m., right? But the AM is spelled the way the name is spelled, Ash. And she released it like what? Fucking, I think 12 months ago right now or whatever. So she released it like while she apparently found out that she was pregnant or something, which is interesting. Because it's like 4 Ash, right? But also 4 a.m. And that song also, I think, was the cover of Cyberpunk, or like the main stage song. I don't know what exactly it was, but it was this like, yeah, a lot of her music is her like being over here, and she's like, and that's all the fucking lyrics you hear. It's just like, it's like I really don't feel her music, but you know, apparently she's a genius. I read an article about her, and apparently she's a music genius. And then I listened to her songs, and I was like, yeah, you know, I see Eminem being a genius. I see Beethoven being a genius. I'm not 100% sold on fucking Grimes.
I mean, I don't know, man. I haven't seen it so far. It seems like they're pushing the boundaries of like music, or I guess you look at like the baby's name, just names in general. So
yeah, they're pushing a lot of boundaries. Yes.
I mean,
now I feel like some boundaries ought not to be pushed in that regard, but I agree, they're pushing a lot of boundaries.
Yeah.
So we're back. Mr. JP BohrTendre had a little bit of a little distraction, but we're back on topic. So what were we talking about? Oh yeah, pushing boundaries with names. Okay, let's transition to another topic.
Let's go.
I don't want to. It's a little standard to complain about her name. Let's go for something else that is unwanted. Let's jump over to League's new champion. No, Samira, Seraphina, no, Seraphina, Sepharina.
Call him Seraphine.
Seraphine.
Just to piss the
Sona.
people off.
So Sona. So Seraph-son. Samson. Seraph-son. Yeah. So I think yesterday when we were preparing this podcast, I had a little look at her abilities, and I have to say, Seraph-son is a very weird fucking champion. She just looks so fucking weird. The way she scoots around on her like hoverboard, man. I'm just like, what the fuck are you doing in my game, dude? You belong elsewhere. Go.
Literally,
Set
like,
just sitting there, right? Set's just like, that's the door. Oh my god, dude, fucking Seraphine, man.
Well, it kind of sucks because yesterday when I was like ranting about this, I was like ripping her. I was like ranting really hard. I mean, like I say, to me, she's the character specifically was made for the people, was made for the community, and they really like failed at that. When I look at Seraphine, just from everything, to me, she just it's just hot garbage. It's just to me, her whole concept was predatory. Like they just kind of like they specifically made the champion. No, they were focused on the skin. The character. They say it was for the people, but in reality, it was just like I don't know. They literally it was all about the KDA skin. That's the character. The skin is not even that good, which is ironically enough. Your first character with an ultimate skin, but the ultimate skin itself is just three. You buy one skin, just three skins, right? That you pick in Champions League. None of that. I mean, just I don't know. Design is god awful. Like, what? She's like on a hoverboard, Segway. Her story. I mean, try like I don't know, just everything. She doesn't look. Her looks are iffy. She sounds iffy. She plays iffy. Like seriously, literally, her abilities are like
the way
copy paste of like Sona.
Around the map
just everything.
Her fucking hoverboard is outrageous. It looks so bad.
Yeah, I do not like her look, but to me, I just kind of find it sad. Again, the character was specifically made for the community, and Riot completely like fell at that. And to me, it just shows like how just two things. Number one, how like disconnected they are with their like community. I mean, I find it kind of strange because I thought with like releases like Set, where like the community greatly approved a unique but simple champion with that fits very well. I'm like. I don't know, man. Character was made for the people, but they failed at that. And at the end, I think just the whole idea behind the character was just predatory. They just wanted to sell the skin. Turned out to be not even that good. And honestly, I'm kind of glad that the community's like more or less like there's like a backlash towards it, because to me it just shows that the people are not enabling this like behavior. And I certainly hope that in the future there's going to be like it's going to be a good lesson. Although not only that, but I don't know.
No,
you're not.
I'm afraid there are going to be enough fucking people that don't care about Reddit, that don't use Reddit, they don't use Twitter. I guess they use Twitter a little bit, but that mainly just, they're just like, wow, Seraphine is, I sometimes, whenever I play support, I get a little conflicted. I want to play Sona, but I also want to play Lux. I also want to play Yumi. If you have that feeling, Dreadnought, one patch away, and you can spend your hard-earned cash money. You can spend 10 euros for the champion and another 30 or 20 euros for an ultimate skin. To have all of these champions combined in one lame package. No, but I'm afraid that too many people would enjoy her. Too many people would be like, especially people that come to the game after she's been released. They're going to be like,
oh yeah, I mean, definitely. I
they're
mean, like I
going to be
told you,
like,
right?
oh, this is a nice champion. What does she do? Oh, she floats around on the fucking. I don't even know what that shit is, but whatever the fuck, like, oh, she floats around on that shit. Oh, and she makes cute noises. Right. I don't know.
This is the thing for people, yeah, for newer people and newer players who just comes to the game and don't know how, not only just like how the game like was like before, like, or any of like the standards. If they're coming blind, sure, they might look appealing. They might get appealed by her. But
yeah.
I mean, I can't say, but I mean, how many? I don't know how much of a percentage of the player base that is. I don't know. What I'm curious though, this is what I find funny, is the Twitter account, right? The Twitter account for the character. That the whole promotion, right? That was as cringe as I thought it was, right? A lot of people enjoyed it, right? Like, oh, it's so cute, you know.
It's so
Like
weird, bro.
it's the character with her cat, you know. Are they going to continue the account, or are they going to be like, oh, the character's out, you know, just like, leave it there? Or I wonder if they're going to continue whatever they're doing, and they're just going to like kind of like, okay, boys, all right, team, we got him in. We did our job.
Oh yeah.
It's time to get out.
I mean, I don't think they're going to continue. Like, fucking, they did the same thing with Pentacle, right? The band. They released two skin series, and then they were like, yo, any sales coming in? No, okay, close it down. We don't need it anymore. Fuck that. No, who gives a shit? Yeah, the Pentacle. No, that's going back to the League of Legends, the fucking creator site, right? We don't have Pentacle anymore. It's just League of Legends music, eh? Yeah. I'm not sure whether or not they're going to do that with KDA, because KDA is like so successful, way more than Pentacle. I mean, who would have thought? One's like pop music, the other one's fucking like soft heavy metal. Like, I don't know, man. Yeah, it's a little weird. It is a little weird.
I don't know, man. What I do know though is that this is like Seraphine is not good for Riot's image. Already they're on like the chopping block with like the state of the game, and also now that with like right now also the uncertainty of like the future, right, with like the new changes and whatnot, and looking at Seraphine, just how much of a failure, in my opinion, or just how much of a bad product it is. Which honestly, I gotta say, it's, to me, it kind of like saddens me in the way, because you can clearly see, like, as much as I hate the character, you can really see how much like effort the artist, even like like, what is it? They even got like somebody like singing for her, like the character, like they put a lot of effort into her, and it's kind of sad that just all that effort, so far from the looks of it, is just going down the drain.
Yeah, I played Overwatch. I'm immune to that shit. I'm immune to fucking feeling bad for people wasting their artists and their game devs. I'm over that.
Oh no,
I'm numb.
You're immune.
I can't. I'm numb. I can't.
I suffer too much.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's not. I mean, yeah. I mean, again, right? This thing's gonna take a toll on, like, right? To me, I feel it's gonna take a toll on Right's credibility. I mean, already, possibly, like, that stuff was a bit like, it was a big throw off for me.
Yeah.
Just looking at that, and I mean, not only that, just looking at like the other characters like before that. I don't know. It's a big sour taste, and I mean, I don't know how she is in like fighting her like lane wise. I don't know anything in game. I just know that like just everything in terms of like design, like the war, and like everything like around that is like pretty bad. Aside from the fact that like her abilities are literally like just copycat of like other characters, it doesn't really anything. That's nothing really like
Yeah.
intriguing. Like, oh yeah, no, her passive. It's like a big paragraph. Like, oh yay, gee, oh gee, I
Yeah,
want
she's
that.
a
I want
complex
characters with
champion,
like
for
complex characters.
people that want a complex mixture of Lux and Sona.
Or what is it, or Annie? Her fourth ability. It doesn't stun. It's twice. It uses twice.
Yeah.
Something to watch out. I mean, what is it? Or what is it? I know there's like this feature where like if you're like, I don't know, one of her like Sona buff abilities, like if you're near her, there's like when you
Yeah.
play the game, you
Yeah.
like hear her voice or something like that. You get some auto cues. It's like, oh my god, it's revolutionary. There's auto cues. You can hear people's auto.
Yeah.
People's ability. Oh.
Never had that before. Right?
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Well, any ability. Camille, right? Her W. Whoosh, whoosh. Her sound. Wait. That's
you
revolutionary,
have
man.
this absolute cunt Ezreal in your lane or Lux player. They're just, instead of CSing, they're just spamming their laugh. They're just like, you belong in a museum. You belong in a museum. You belong in a you belong in. Fucking hell, dude. That's why I turned off voices, by the way. Because I've, like, people that are spamming like laugh with Z or whatever. Whew. Shit is fucking triggering, dude.
Oh, I was talking more about like how like they were like talking about how like, oh yeah, we're so revolutionary, man. You can hear. To me, it sounds like in Call of Duty Ghosts, right? They're like, yo guys, we got the fish AI, man.
Yeah.
That's never been done before.
That's actually
and it's
true.
like,
Yes.
I mean, like, look at it's been done before though. Like, I don't know, man.
Yeah. No, I see. I mean, you have fucking Gangplank Salt. You have Gangplank Salt, right? Where he's like, fucking dropping his most dirty laugh, and just fucking,
you got Urgot. You can hear like, yeah, you can Cyan.
Dude,
you hear them miles away.
On the topic of fucking Cyan, do you know Worldbreaker Cyan's ultimate? Worldbreaker Cyan's ultimate is.
I do not know there's a skin for it.
It sounds so fucking. It sounds so crazy, man. It's really? Just it sounds so crazy. But yeah. So Seraphine is a little bit of a, diffy, I'd say. A little bit of a weird champion, really a bit right out here farming elves. Yeah, right, definitely farming elves. Another thing that is farming elves, apparently, are the new Twitch ads. We had that topic back. I think we had that topic back in the last podcast, and it's getting worse.
Oh wait, no, it's getting wait. Oh no, not that kind of loss. I thought it was like people hated them so much, so they reverted it or something like that.
Oh yeah, they're farming losses, but there's there's nothing being reverted. What the fuck? No, but it's getting worse. I'm getting the same fucking trailers for a film that is already out since last month. But apparently,
For me, it's The Boys. Every time that there's always that
fucking boys. The boys, bro. This is apparently the most watched series on Amazon, and there is literally a fucking character. There is a character with the name Mother's Milk. What the fuck?
I don't know what the hell is going on.
What are they doing, bro? Dude, The Boys has the fucking weirdest characters, man. It's unbelievable, dude. Just the names. You have the Frenchman, the female.
Oh,
the female already for me is just red flag. Like, no. Don't use that. All right. Billy Butcher, whatever the fuck, UG Campbell, whatever the fuck. Mother's Milk. Mother's Milk. All right.
The milk
the
of
fuck?
human kindness. I
What
don't know.
is that?
Trying to pull some Shakespeare or something. I don't know, man.
No, just don't. What the fuck?
I mean,
Alright.
I don't know much about that. I've just, from what I've seen, I don't know. I watched a video explaining a little bit about what's going
Yeah.
on. Apparently, like it's like taking a different sides about like superheroes and whatnot. Like I don't know. It's supposed like apparently the characters are like flawed or something. Like it's not like the standard superhero movie we know about.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know much about it.
Wow.
I just kind of, for me, it's kind of funny because, like, you know, when I see the trailers, all I see are like the female superheroes, and then they're like, "Oh yeah, it's called The Boys." I'm like, "Wait, what?" You know?
Hey,
I
come
don't.
on, Mother's Milk is male. The guy's male. You know? So.
But yeah,
Yeah,
I see this thing. I see this thing all the time. Crazy.
yeah,
Um,
I don't fucking, dude. I don't know,
although
man.
it seemed to be better. Before I would like see it, I would like watch a small streamer and like the ads would show up. Now it's only for like the bigger ones.
Yeah? Okay, it hasn't
Yeah,
changed for me, no.
oh really?
I mean,
Heck,
I started just like switching to my browser with ad blocker and without account for watching most streams. I haven't really been watching a lot of streams lately.
Oh yeah, you're kind of right. I
So-
kind of have ad block, so you know what? Maybe let's scratch that one out. I don't know how. I don't know if it changed.
Yeah, I usually don't use ad block for Twitch because I don't want to be that
Support-
cunt, I guess.
Support
because,
the people.
No, I just don't want to do to them what I don't want to be done to myself, I guess. But yeah.
So people skipping over your hard work.
Exactly, yeah. Oh, over my hard work, yeah. The fucking absolute hard work. But yeah, it's very interesting. So
Losses everywhere.
losses everywhere. You know what is another loss? Let me
What's up?
skirt, like fucking segue right in there. Is the
Alright.
StarCraft 2 announcement. Now you might,
What about it?
dear listener, you might think, oh, StarCraft 2? That's this weird RTS game, eh? Oh, there's probably a remake because it's so old. No? Okay. Well, what could it be? Maybe there's StarCraft 3 announcement. We were talking about losses. Maybe it's just, kind of like the Overwatch announcement. It's the same devs, right? So it's like, hey, we're creating StarCraft 3 with the same units out of StarCraft 2, but now we have co-op. Yeah! No. It's actually even better. Blizzard for the last two years, they've just been hard farming Ls. And we're adding one to the collection. Now
yeah.
they're not supporting any, like they're not creating any content for StarCraft 2 anymore. That shit has been discontinued.
Oh no.
They're not doing that. The only thing they're going to do is they're going to hotfix bugs. There's not going to be any patch notes. And I think in the beginning of this year, they franchised the whole StarCraft 2 how do you call it? The StarCraft 2 esport. So they signed a deal with ESL for like 2 years, I think. So we should be good until at least 21. Maybe even 22. Maybe even 23. But after that, the StarCraft community is probably going to I highly doubt that Blizzard is going to re-sign that deal. I think they signed the deal and they were like already set on, we're going to fucking, we need to drive this fucking ship deeper into the fucking earth, mate. We just need to push harder. Apparently our fans are still fucking loyal. These absolute cunts. We need to push harder. They're like, okay, we need to discontinue StarCraft. So they discontinued StarCraft. Nice one. Well played.
Time to switch to Warhammer. That's where that's where it's at. The mass exodus.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Warhammer.
I don't know why it's kind of why they're doing this, man. Like
I do.
I feel bad for like the esports scene and like the pro players or anything. I guess they're just kind of like pulling a valve. Just I was gonna stop.
Yeah.
No, they're still willing to do patch notes, which what I find weird is that not patch notes. They're still willing to fix bugs, but they don't want to
Yeah, I
add
mean,
content.
it's the same thing they've been doing with Warcraft. So they've been doing the same thing with Warcraft, and StarCraft 1 and shit, where they're like fixing issues, but they're not really doing anything with the game anymore. They're not adding skins. They're not adding new missions. None of that. They're just they're just doing this. And on the same thing, right? As Blizzard is farming their losses, because we have a world where apparently there is some balance. Some fucking randos get to farm their wins. So now quite a few developers that are coming from the Bethesda Blizzard team that has been working on different RTSs. So Warcraft 3, some of them even date back to earlier than Warcraft. Warcraft 3. So like people that have been working on RTSs for a long time, leaving the company as of, I don't know, this year, I guess, to create a new company. And 2 companies already have been created. One of them being a game studio, the other one being a developer that owns 2 game studios. And one of these 2 game studios and the other 3 game studios, so 2 of them are dedicating themselves to creating competitive RTSs, which is going to be interesting because apparently that's going to be people. I know that one of them is called Frost Giant Studios, and then there's the other one that is like a little bit older news that I can't remember the name anymore. But so those kind of dedicated themselves, and they were like, hey guys, as Blizzard just announced this shit, we're planning to develop something, but obviously it's going to take like, I don't know, 3 years, potentially 5 if they're trying to do it right. I mean, it's an RTS, it's not so hard, but it's still, it's still a lot of work, and RTSs tend to have like a lot of fine tuning in the small mechanics. But yeah, so apparently there's a little bit of hope on the horizon when it comes to RTSs, which for me is very good because I like StarCraft 2. Literally the only reason I'm playing League is because I wanted to stream, and I was like, if I stream StarCraft, I'm
No, same. Play the heck out of that game before switching to League. It's kind of funny because I was about to say like, oh, if they're shutting down StarCraft 2, so they're stopping to like, like a production for that. Does that mean that Warcraft 4 might see the light of the day? But what you're telling me is actually, I don't think it's actually better.
I mean, they're losing a lot of
new companies are being creative.
Yeah.
There's more competition now. They're gonna create their own art. Like some companies are like focused now on like creating competitive RTSs,
Yes.
and hey, who knows, man? I honestly, I wish the best to them.
I wish
it's kind of sad because I love the like aesthetic of like StarCraft, like the whole like Marines, deserting the Protoss. I love the concept. To me, it's kind of sad to just like see that pass away.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess like story wise, they like milked it like so much that like I don't know what else you can do to the story to like.
No, you can do a lot. There's a lot in this fucking universe. Like, I personally do like the StarCraft universe, and I think it has potential, but Blizzard is can't be concerned with such low play rate games like StarCraft 2. They gotta run they gotta run the Overwatch League, which is getting millions of viewers every 3 years. if we count all of them together on all the platforms, even the embedded streams. But hey,
I mean, yeah.
they're doing good. They're doing good. They recently signed a new sponsor. Oh, what is that? Oh, their new sponsor is going to be a pyramid scheme con artist. Oh. Yeah, don't worry about that one, mate. Blizzard is uprising, dude. They're moving up, man. Don't worry about that one. You know, it's a little bit of a misstep. You know, happens to the best.
It's just that Fireizer. It's like all the buildings are on fire. They're trying to like. Right? They go to this room. That room's on fire too. They grab the fire extinguisher. They're like, okay, guys, you know, it's gonna stop the fire. Oh no, wait, it's oil. Oh, StarCraft 2. Guess what? That stuff's going as well.
Oh shit, it's oil. Yeah, exactly. Oh shit, it's oil. It's oil. That's what they must have thought when they fucking signed the deal with, what was it, like Fox News or some cable news in America, some cable network in the in America, where they're broadcasting Overwatch League, because apparently Overwatch League is so important that people really want to watch it on TV. Well, turns out whoever cable they were signed with, they were just like, mate, you're getting no views. Like, nobody gives a shit about you guys. You promised us these certain figures. Yeah. Yeah, we're rerunning The Sopranos on that.
If it doesn't work on Twitch, man, why the hell would you think it would work on cable TV?
Yeah, but that's exactly the fire extinguisher. Oh no, it's oil. Exactly that is the fucking move. Oh my goodness.
They're burning money left and right.
Yeah,
I don't know what the hell.
You know, they have a competent CEO. I definitely think they shouldn't switch. Ever. You know.
No, man, just
keep
status
him.
Quo.
Just keep him. I don't want him in the fucking free market. Like, just stay with him. The fucking games are done. It's done anyway. All right, we liked Blizzard. Hey, you know, you like Blizzard. Hey, you know, Frost Giant is out there. You know, Frost Giant. You know, some old Blizzard devs calling them Frost Giant. Yeah, they're like, hey, you know what, man? You like it a little cold, a little frosty, eh? You come on over, man. We're going to make a real RTS. Yeah.
Yeah, man. We Giant. We're gonna hug you. We're gonna keep you warm through the blizzard.
Yeah, exactly. The fucking blizzard. Yeah, definitely a blizzard of quality. Well,
I wish the best for them, honestly. I'm curious to see how that's gonna turn out.
Same.
To be honest, I haven't played like in the RTS in a while, so.
But it's going to be 5 years, and until then, fucking Elon Musk is going to have us all fucking. You know, I don't. 5 years from now, dude, I don't know, man. Everyone's going to be living in Night City. Let's be honest.
Who knows?
Yeah, who knows? I agree.
Oh, that's crazy. I feel sad, you know, because like StarCraft, even still to this day, like it still had like it's such a big loss though. Like if you're so many like dedicated StarCraft player, even though like the game itself has like lost like its popularity is not as the same as it used to be a couple years ago. Like it's not a fun thing to get.
But it still has quite a few Twitch viewers. It still goes up to 5 to 10 to 15k Twitch viewers, which is still in the upper echelons of, like, it's still higher than Valorant sometimes. So, you know, it's still higher than Overwatch a lot of the time. So I just wanted to, you know, it's still, you know, still doing quite good. But apparently, you know, the game's too old. Gotta cut that. Also, the other because but they have so many projects, you know. You have to see.
Oh, man.
They also have Heroes of the Storm.
Oh yeah, you know.
No, they cut that too. But they still have Warcraft. Yeah, so they still have. There's a new expansion coming out, Shadowlands. People are very hyped about that.
I didn't know people still played World of
Oh,
Warcraft. I
people
guess
are not hyped about
Asmongold
it. Oh,
is
that's unlucky. Okay, well, that's unfortunate. But you know, they have Overwatch. The Overwatch League is doing the retreat and declining numbers since last year. Yeah, they're going to have a new project, you know. And I mean, if you look around them, you know, there's just Todd Howard standing to the right of them, Pete Hines to the left of them. You know, it's like, you know, it's just a rough year for gaming. You know, no one has enough money. Oh, yeah, except CJ Project Red. But I mean, it's nothing to do with their company policy of not fucking exploiting their players. No, it's something else. No, I mean, they just, you know, luckily they just stole the concept of The Witcher, right? And so Cyberpunk, they were just lucky, you know. They saw the fucking, you know, they saw Elon Musk's release of the Cybertruck, and they were just like, I guess we're going to make a game out of it, eh? Yeah, yeah. So don't worry about it. Like they just had that. That's just, it's, you know, all of this is just a fluke. Blizzard is going to recover. Bethesda, everyone's doing fine. You know, they're still using the same engine they used for Fallout 4 and for fucking Fallout 76 for the next Elder Scrolls game. Don't worry about it. It's going to be a great game. What's your problem? Yeah, it's great. You know, Bethesda and Blizzard, they're, you know.
It's natural selection at its finest.
It's natural.
That's what's happening.
The
calling of the week has begun.
Let's bury them. Let's bury that topic as we bury them. With the
I don't remember.
With exactly that one. Only you. Have you played Far Cry 5? Another one of these great games.
Yeah, is that the one in America?
Yeah. There's this cunt who's like super into culling the week, and he has this song where it's like, only you, and then you go fucking haywire and you like start shooting everyone. Like... Yeah, it's that, you know. So we bury the topic, as we will bury Blizzard and Bethesda. And
I'm telling you, Bethesda, I mean, it's kind of funny.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure like the only thing that keeping them straight is like Arcane Studios, man. They're coming up with that new game, Deathloop. It's like they're like a sub company, like owned by like Bethesda Softwork. I think that's like their last life. Like this is their lifeline.
Oh, I think the Starfield is also a lifeline, and Elder Scrolls I think is also a lifeline. But
I thought Elder Scrolls was like the Half-Life. They're like, okay, we know it's never gonna come, so like whatever.
No, I mean they announced it for 2021. So I mean that's still away, but it's not omega far away, I guess. But I mean, it's Bethesda. Like, they're working on one project at a time. They're like, oh, we're done with. Oh shit! Oh my god, we're done with our masterwork of Fallout 76. Like,
we've done enough, like remastered version of Skyrim. So like, I guess it's time to do something.
Oh yeah, remastered version. Oh yeah, and we added the Creation Club. You know, it's pretty nice content drop right there. You know.
Oh yeah, man.
Making you pay for those mods you had for free previously. Pretty right in your face right there, but you know. Hey. Some people are going to pay for it. And they do.
Yeah, this is sad. That's a sad part in my opinion. Like,
that is the sad part.
It's paying for mods.
Yeah, but that's my point with Seraphine, though. Seraphine's exactly that. Some cunts are gonna pay for it.
Well, you know what?
And then more cunts are gonna pay for it. And then everyone's gonna. Yeah.
These people, they're in the social class. They're below. Hopefully, let's hope there's not too much of them. I don't know. I mean, yeah, definitely.
That's rough.
There's always gonna be people like that. But at the end of the day, for example, something with like the riot, right? If people are enabling this behavior, then it's going to continue that way. But I literally just a couple seconds ago, I opened up a tab looking. I just typed in Seraphine League of Legends, and like there's like a bunch of news about like how much of a how controversial like that champion is.
Yeah.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
funny. I mean,
nice character. That absolutely. Just what a masterwork. What a
Riot is
masterwork.
apparently.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm just checking this article really, and oh yeah, apparently like Riot is like doubling down. No man, the character's fine. She's good.
Riot's like, oh no, actually we're releasing. Actually, it's the character is so great. The character is so great. We're going to release another skin for it. It's like Riot's just like, all right, whatever, man.
It's kind of like,
you know, just pretend we don't. It's like this fucking one cunt from the CSGO community who's like getting flamed every single fucking time he casts because he's so shit, because his shoutcasting's like literally just like boom, oh he gets the shot, boom, like that's his shoutcasting, eh? And he's like, nah, I don't really use social media. It's like, oh yeah, I bet you don't.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's going to be the fucking, you know, that's going to be the right move. They're just going to ignore it.
I like the memes that are being spun from it. I don't know if we're gonna edit this in, but I'll just send you a little thing. But I don't know. I have a feeling like from what I'm reading, it's like people are like, wait a minute, I don't think Seraphine is like a high quality champion. And they're like, wrong.
Yeah.
No, but you know, her looks wrong. We hear.
Yeah, I can't
hear
open it right now.
Proud followers of Tencent, right?
Yeah.
We believe that Seraphine is the best work we've ever released.
Oh yeah, dude. Tencent,
We're starting new season strong. A new direction.
Yeah.
I don't know. She's cringe, and I mean, here's the thing. I don't know. I hope she gets like rewritten. I hope they're gonna like change her a little bit. I mean, I know ability wise and stuff like that. That stuff's just gonna stay. People are gonna have to deal with it, but. At least like I just hope like in terms of like design or like especially like lore wise like they kind of like alter that a little bit, because I mean it's like a complete abysmal. It's just bad.
It is though. It is. I'm not a big fan. I'm not a big fan.
Yeah. Lore wise, all right, let's go, boys. You know, we're gonna have this character. You know, she sings. She's from Piltover. She
doesn't look like she's from Piltover.
Yeah, it doesn't look like at all. Her parents, you know, they're from Zon, right? So they go, watch out, you know, get some character development here. They buy her a microphone. She can hear people's soul, you know. And then, you know, oh, wait, she finds out that, you know, all of like Piltover technology comes from like, what do I call this? The crystals from like Skarner's people. And the whole Piltover is like a whole thing about exploitation of that. She's just fine with it. Yeah, you know, it's cool. And you know, the voice that she hears from the microphone just kind of tells her how to sing, and now she's like, yay. I don't know. Basically, I mean, the whole lore is basically special snowflake, and
you might have killed my people, but I will now teach you how to sing.
No, literally, I'm not joking. I mean, the lore there's a little bit more than that, but it's very bad. It's in terms of like other written work that they've done. Like, come on, really?
It's rough,
like,
yeah.
It's like I dare to say Gragas has more of a character, but maybe that's pouring salt on the wounds. It's gonna anger some people, but
maybe it is, yeah.
But yeah, but design wise, yeah, she doesn't look like she's from Piltover, and I don't know. The fact she's on the whole hoverboard thing, like I ain't feeling it.
Didn't a lot of people flame Kiana as well? Didn't a lot of people just flame Riot for Kiana being a thing? They were like, "Oh no, another titty babe. She's so boring."
Oh, they did. I completely didn't know. I just.
I think the most
Kiana's silent. Like they're gone. I
Kiana's
have
just
not
like
heard about her for a while.
fucking dude.
Oh
They
yeah, there was Dab.
yeah. It's
But
just
then
fucking Kiana, mate.
she was played in the jungle at one point.
Yeah, Kiana is. I think she's still kind of like she's doing the talent thing, just destroying solo queue and being fucking useless in pro play.
Oh.
And I think she's one of these champions. If you see them in pro play, there's a problem. There's a big problem with balancing. So it's like Talon, I guess.
Yeah.
Although she's not, super like Talon. She has more.
I mean, I see Kiana as like, she's like broken on release, like way too many things, and then like she's kind of got like hard gutted, and now like I legit never saw her ever again.
Yeah, I mean she's still strong, but she's not the menace she was. Hell yeah, dude, Kiana, man.
I just kind of find it funny because it's like they added a whole new region in the story just for her, right? They wrote, yo, X-Style, man, that's the big thing, We're adding new lore, new story, like looks Kiana, man, and now it's like it's out of the way.
No, I think
Kiana,
they're going to expand on this shit though. I think with the items now they're going to do a lot of like Ishtali kind of
man.
Shit. They're like,
oh yeah, dude, the items, man, they're about the lore. You get Garen's like shoulder pads, that's an item now. Oh,
that means I can have Garen's shoulder pads on Mordekaiser now.
I mean,
it's like,
I guess.
Wait, how the fuck did they get there? Like, what happened? Wait, Garen's in the game versus me though. He has his shoulder pads though. No, he's just so famous they're manufacturing them. It's just like this intense magic of righteousness in these shoulder pads, right? They're just like manufacturing those now, and everyone across the fucking world buys them. Mordekaiser is like, mine are pretty dope. I mean, there's a lot of life in me. Like he's kind of bound to this armor, right? He's like, yeah, let me swap that out, dude. This shit actually gives me like extra HP, man. It's actually really dope.
Or maybe looking at how like beefy like Garen is, maybe it's just like the like Demacian shoulder pad, but like extra large or something like that. Like maybe that's what you're buying for.
Yeah.
This guy's beefy. This guy's fucking huge.
What the fuck, man? Yeah, I don't know. It's weird. It's very fucking weird, man.
I mean, this guy, I see it. This is the thing. I see it as a kind of cool thing. Like, the items are kind of like related to the lore, but it's not really something to be like really like big. I mean, I don't know, what is it like? Oh, hey, Blade of the Ruined King. Oh, Shadow Isles. Hey, no, you don't think about that. You're like, hey, that's the lifesteal item. That's the item that I build when I play Vayne.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah.
Like,
Dude, by the way, on that topic, I guess it's also another topic of farming L's by Riot.
Oh no, we've had. Oh no.
Also, a very good segue is Seraphine. So you have that champion.
Yeah.
The champion gets
Seraphine.
released. Champion gets an ultimate skin. You have another champion. That is Kai'Sa. That gets released. Gets a skin. Gets a pro play skin. Gets a skin. And a prestige skin. But we kind of messed up with the prestige skin. We're gonna give her another skin. And a prestige skin. And another skin. And I think another skin. And then Victor mains are out here. They're like, yeah, well, we have gotten 2 skins in the last few years, and then it's been like, I think 5 years of no skins. And these skins, they look like chromas of the original skin. And everyone's like, yeah, but you have rainbow effects now. there's a rainbow effect on your abilities now. And Riot's like, dude, that no. Okay, that's a little bit too much. Okay, you know what we can do? So if you're a Victor main, right? If you are a Victor main, we're going to do this. I'm surely you will be buying the border for the Victor Psyop skin. So to show that we really like you, we're going to place his border in the perfect spot. So it's just his crutch just emanates that fucking flower, that lily, and it's just like, yeah, that border is in the fucking wrong position. And then you have you have this skin, right, which consists of a lot of controversy anyway, and then the border they create for the skin starts right over his balls, but it has like a flower there, which is also used as the symbol of female, genital, has this fucking flower there, and then the fucking border goes around. And you're like, just how does that happen? Like, how does
flower?
Yeah, there's this fucking flower.
Isn't like the little like psyops, like it's like some like military, like futuristic military stuff? Like
yeah, but it has like this flower symbol.
Oh,
right, it's like this lotus, I think.
I can't say.
And it just starts. It just starts there, and it's just. It's
you're gonna need to show me an image, because like maybe show that in the video. People will know what we're talking about. I have no idea. All I know, like that skin line was there a while ago, but yeah, Kaisa getting new skin. I mean, whatever, man.
I love it.
Popular. The whole KDA stuff is still going out, so gotta make new skins. What I wonder is, are they going to do the same thing they did with the other skins? Every other like, was if Kaisa gets like another prestige skin, does that mean that the other characters gets another one? If so, I feel bad for the people that hard grinded for.
No, they
for
don't.
The previous prestige.
No, they don't. Fuck off. Only Kaisa gets it.
People
because Kaisa was so hard to acquire. Alright, so this shit right here is the crutch flower. So how are we going to how can I show this?
Yo, I got you.
This, my friends.
You do some editing magic.
This, my friends, is his crutch flower. Alright? It's beautiful. It's great. And I have to say, they did kind of fail. It's so fucking fucking weird to look at. It's just so weird, man.
I'm waiting to see it. I'm
I can't send it to you like this, but I have a workaround. Because I can't right now. I can't open the Discord. Like, I can't open the Discord chat and send it to you because I have Discord being captured, right? So we want our cameras in the video, but I can create a workaround for this. But anyway, so with all that being done to the Victor mains, you would think, that Riot starts to kind of feel bad a little, and they're like, let's buff Victor a little. He's an F tier champion. He's not doing very hot. It's rough. Shit like Orianna is being played. Do you see what I mean? With the crutch flower. Mission failed. We'll get him next time.
Surprised they didn't change that. I mean,
yeah, me too.
Maybe
it's very fucking weird, isn't it? But anyway, so
whatever, man.
The grand finale.
All right.
Victor mains are like, the items are getting a rework. Hex
cool, man.
core is an item as well. Yeah. So right now on the PTS, public test server, you need 300 CS to get the 3rd upgrade. Before, you needed 3 legendary items to get the 3rd upgrade. So, you know that Victor mains kind of are just like, let me just cut my wrists if they don't get the recall at like 1250 because they can't wave clear after that. Yeah. That's going to be a little difficult now because there's no way you're getting that. So other mages get Lost Chapter. Lost Chapter gives them easy wave control, but Victor still needs 2 E's to hit the wave, to kill the wave, because he loses his upgrade, because his first upgrade happens at 100 CS. So the way Victor's passive works right now, apparently, is you get 1 hex point per minion UCS, and you need 100, and at 300 you have all your upgrades. So when do you get 100 CS? That usually is around, let me think, wait. Oh,
10
yeah,
CS
it's
per minute.
No. So, okay, so in pro play, right? Like, not in pro play, but in high elos, solo queue, you still don't get the 10 CS per minute because you're not funneling, right? So that's not happening. So it's more like 80 to 90. Okay, so you get 80 to 90, so you get 100 CS at 11 minutes. Yeah, by that time, there's already a Ludens on the enemy fucking Oriana, which just looks at you and she's like, oh, you just got your upgrade that you can use to wave clear? Yeah, I can fucking wave clear your face, mate. I can one tap you in one combo. And Victor's out there, he's like, oh, well, yeah, I mean, I have 1 upgrade, you know, but how many CS do I need to get like 50 point shield and a little bit of movement speed on my Q? Oh, another 200. Oh. Yeah. Dude, I don't know. The attempt before that with Victor was to give him AP per legendary item, and then if you build 3 legendary items, you get all his abilities. Like, what the fuck? Why do you I don't know if it's necessary to delay his ability upgrades to minute 20 or minute 30. Because it kind of takes away control from the player when you can get your upgrades. But hey, you know, apparently
that's crazy.
How we run shit.
I guess they're like, I don't know. I don't know. I'm kind of surprised they even changed his items. I don't know. I saw like Victor is kind of like such like a Victor mains is like such like a minority that they're kind of like whatever. Like we're just gonna keep him keep his hex score, but just change the other items. It's kind of I don't know. It's kind of weird. Every time you CS, every time you kill a creep, you gain a point, and you have like 100 points. You can get your.
You know, like Gangplank. If you farm with your Q, you get Silver Serpents.
Yeah, but the thing is, so it's like if you kill people, you get like what 5x tech points or something like that. Like,
no, you don't. I don't think you get anything there. I think it's only CS right now. But yeah, I mean, how are you going to fucking kill people in the first place if you don't get your upgrades? I really don't feel. I mean, so. Obviously, right? It's they can always adjust the numbers to the point where it's fine. But it's so you're picking Victor, right? And his abilities are so great when they're upgraded, and they're so fucking useless when they're not. Victor's Q, when it's not upgraded, it's like, here you go, mate. There's a 10 HP shield, and you're stationary for 5 minutes, and you get a Sheen proc off. Great. That's Victor's Q. If you upgrade it, he gets movement speed. The shield is pretty big, especially with Shield Bash, pretty useful. You get armor, you get resistances in general, right? It's a very useful thing, and you get your Sheen proc. But the important thing is the movement speed, because that's how Victor plays, right? He does this shit where he cancels that auto attack, right? And that's how he kites you.
So basically, the hex stack, telling me, is the hex stack core is like an essential part of his kit, and essentially these changes are basically delaying his strength and
and the thing is, right? It kind of feels like Kale, where it's like, why? So Kale had a stage where she gained ranged attacks at level 16. Now she does it at level 6. Or she gained it at level 11, one of them. Doesn't matter. You're picking Kale, and half the game you're spending fucking playing a melee champion that you're then going to build only with items for ranged champions, because later on you will be ranged champion. And Victor kind of feels that way, because it's like, you know, you prepare for shit like you get Rylai's, right? So you want to slow in your kit because people get, you know, hit by the aftershock of your E, and generally your kiting gets better. Yeah, but who are you going to fucking kite without movement speed on your Q? Like, you need your upgrade. But you get that at 200 CS.
There's like an even bigger intermission. I don't know. I feel bad for the low.
Oh yeah.
You can't
low elo
CS,
players, dude.
You can't CS. Well, guess what, man? You can't play.
Yeah, fuck off.
Dude.
Yeah, you're just not getting the upgrades, mate. Just fuck off.
I find it hilarious, but it's kind of like a big L in my opinion. Yeah.
It's such a weird change, man.
Like I said, man, it's a recurring pattern, man. The new items, there's so much controversy with that, and I feel bad for people playing Victor, because literally they're removing agency. I guess you're playing him, you can't really do much until you get those CS, those hex tech points, I guess. But I don't know, maybe like, I guess what they're trying to go for is that, they want players to like build normal items and have like the hex tech thing on the side. So it's like, when you're 100 CS, you're like, I can not only can I get like, I don't know what the hell you get with 100 CS, like you get Lost Chapter or something, or even if you can't, it's like, I don't know, you get an item and then I can get my hex tech like thing like that, like on the side, rather than just like, I cannot build any items, I need to build a hex core thing. But I mean, I think this can easily, like, they can easily like just buff, I don't know, they can buff the amount of numbers, like the amount of hex tech points you get per CS. They can,
but
it's a weird
the concept
change,
is still fucking trash. Like
that, it is kind of trash.
This is my point, right? If they make it so you get 1.5 hex tech points, which already is fucking ghetto, right? Because you're kind of locked in, right? But if they say, you don't need 100, you need 50 hex tech points, which is the same thing, right? They say you need 50 hex tech points to upgrade your ability. The thing is, right, and I think this is what they were trying to do. What they were trying to do is to free it up from the items and from gold value, and just kind of make it this, right? Just make it something that you can balance independently of item and hex tech or hex core balance. Which also solves a big struggle that Victor has, is like every other mage gets Lost Chapter. Why? Because every time you level up, you get 30% of your mana. Victor doesn't. So I think the idea in general is good, right? But my problem is, if you tie it to CS, he is bound. He is bound to be useless in lower elos comparatively, and he's also way more susceptible to certain types of lane bullies. Because what happens if you miss like a big wave, right? You get dove, you miss a big wave as Victor. Now it's like, yeah, you don't get the gold. Okay, fair enough. In future, if Katarina fucking tower dives you, you get a shutdown. But you miss all the CS, unlucky for you, I guess. You still don't get the upgrade. Which kind of, it's so fucking ghetto. You know what I mean? Like, it seems so weird to tie that shit to CS. Like, just, here's an idea. You tie one to the boots. You tie one to the first component of every mythic item and one to the second component of every mythic item. Or one to the first and one to the completion of the mythic item. There you go. This is about the same timing. It's a little bit later, but you can force it now. Now you can force it a little earlier if you really need it, but you lose power. There you go. Better, in my opinion.
I mean, the way I see it is that these change. You know, it goes back to what I said on like the earlier episode. Like there's like so many variables that can just like, that you just don't really have much control over. And like he's a great example. Now it's tied to CS. There's scenarios where you have to. To me, it just seems more like an annoyance. Imagine missing a cannon.
Okay, wait.
Minion.
You have to start again. You have to start again. You cut out. You cut out. Yeah. Okay, let's start again.
All right. So like I said, it kind of goes back to what.
Okay, you cut out again. All right, move.
Test 1, 2, 3.
Move. Yeah. Okay. It works. Just go ahead. Yeah.
It kind of goes back to what I said, what I was talking about, like on like last episode. You know, in League, there's like so many like variables that just adds up layers of annoyance that most of them you don't really have control over. And when I see stuff like that, like your the whole hex tech thing, which is now ties to CS, like there's scenarios where you have to give up CS, or there's scenarios where you just can't. What if you're fighting I mean, side thing, if you're a control mage, aren't you the lane bully? I guess melees, but I mean, beside the point, I don't know much about, but beside that, there are scenarios where you have to give up CS, and I guess by doing that, or you that deliberately like affects your like agency in the game. It delays your power spike, and I don't know, I just think that's dumb. And also, isn't the whole idea that this guy, the hex score items, the fact that it's like a unique item that only he can buy, I thought that was like what kind of made him special? This guy gets unique sets of items.
Yeah, that
only
was the idea.
He can buy that.
Yes.
And also like so like
the idea is like kind of get rid of that. Yes.
And I don't know if the main issue is like the last chapter. I don't know. Add some like mana regen. I don't know. I feel like to me like the whole that was like a little bit too extreme, like what they did. And I mean, like I mean, here's the thing, Victor. Like not barely anybody play this guy, so I their voice is like so like tiny that I fear that it's gonna Riot is gonna go from one ear and then come out the other one. That's rough, especially if the. I mean, I don't know, man. It's another fuel to the fire. I'm telling you, man. Riot, especially the League of Legends part, not a good image. And I don't know. Hearing that does not, as well as like the other controversial items in in the upcoming season.
We'll see. We'll see how it works, right?
Yeah.
I'm a little sad, but at least they're doing something to Victor, which gives me the hope that he'll be balanced enough. So maybe he's like Xerath, which just doesn't get picked, but he's viable. And not, or Ziggs, and not fucking the way he is right now, where it's like, yeah, people would like to try and play him, but he's not on the level with Xerath. Because he's easier, but he's less useful, because you have this fucking like late wake up where he requires Exodia to be basically built, right? He requires like these 3 items. Yeah, it's weird.
You need the stars to be aligned. You need like the perfect CS game. You need the gold. You need like the perfect opportunity. You
Oh.
need to like stall to the late game, and then
You just need to.
you have a chance to be you're a champion.
It's so annoying with Victor. You just have no choice in the beginning, right? Like the interesting thing, right? Orianna, you go zeros and berries in certain games because you're like, okay, this game I'm gonna need a little bit more tankiness. I'm also I have like a fed 80 carry, so I'm gonna use my mana more to shield and give movement speed. So I'm gonna use more abilities. So I want a tier item. You go that, or you're like versus a long range kind of matchup. So Xerath, Syndra, you're like, I want to close distance. So you go frostbolt shit, right? So you frostbolt them and then walk up to them, kill them. Or you want the burst because you're snowballing. You go as Victor, you're like, oh, I think today I want Hexcore MK2. Yeah, like every day. What do I build after that? Well, optimally, another mana item. So you're building 2 mana items. You're building Luden's Echo. Literally, a lot of the time, you're building Luden's Echo after your first item. Not a good look. Just not a good look. Yeah. I don't know. Victor is, Victor is having a bad time.
So, but no, don't worry, guys. He has a skin. Everybody's happy.
Yeah, and that skin even has the best border in the game, or at least the most unique. We can agree on that one, yeah. It is the most unique border.
Yeah, right. We can.
Well, I've been a little unfocused so far, but I can feel myself falling off a cliff right now. So I'm going to end the podcast here, I would say. So if there's anything, any last bit of
anecdotes,
wisdom you want to share with us, go ahead and do so.
No, for now, I think we're good at leaving it there. I mean, what is it? Like, I think we went from COVID
we jumped all over the place.
To League of Legends,
yes.
Victor balancing.
Oh yeah.
No, I got nothing else to add to that. I think it's pretty good.
That's good. All right. Well, I would say that has been it then. Thank you very much for watching, everyone. This guy still has no fucking YouTube, eh? Or do you now?
No, I've been pretty busy. I haven't worked any at all.
Oh yeah, you told me. Yeah, you have. Yeah. I think you told me. Whatever.
In the future, it's coming.
It might be coming. In the future, we will have another episode out by then. So you can head on over to my twitch.tv/ashangg and find an empty stream because I've been streaming as much as this guy has been creating his YouTube channel. So that's great, you know. Just have a look, right? Have a look at the emptiness, and I will see you guys on my YouTube in the next video. I've finally been preparing a lot of different and interesting videos. Because finally I found something that might be interesting. Oh. So stay tuned for that, and I will see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.